Hi, good morning everyone, or afternoon, or evening, whatever time it is when you're watching this video. It's been a minute since we've put a video up, but sorry about that. We've been super busy, as you can imagine. So we actually bought a family dairy cow yesterday, and we've milked her twice now. We milked her last night and again this morning, and it went pretty well for being brand new at something like that.
Brand new milkers.
Yeah, we just want to show you Buttercup, our new family cow. She's from Loretta. Shout out to Loretta.
You should change your name. It's too long.
It's not too long. I like her name.
One syllable name.
She is. She tries to come right out when you open it, so. She's a little nervous. She's getting used to the farm. I think she's doing pretty good though.
I'm gonna bring her over here.
Okay. This is, I'll show you where we set up her milking stand. So we have her set up right here. And she does not like facing the wall. So we're gonna have to turn that around or figure out somewhere else to put it, because what she wants to do when she's standing there the whole time is crank her head this way, which pushes her butt towards the wall and further away from where we're sitting trying to milk her. So it's not really the greatest. So we're gonna tweak a few things and hopefully then it'll make it smoother, easier. We'll see. It's only the second time milking, so. I put a bell on her collar because it just had to. She has to jingle.
Must not be that hungry.
Come on, Buttercup.
Everything down here is eaten.
Here comes the guineas. No wonder the dog likes to chase those. The puppy, that is. Stella doesn't care about them. They're fast. I'm gonna go on the other side of the barn and set up a electric small paddock for her for the rest of the day today, so that she doesn't have to be on a line. Do you like her?
Coming off the mower. Yeah, she's nice. She seems calm.
Yeah,
Our first
she's
time
pretty calm.
milking cows, I guess.
Yeah,
We're
Jake's hands are a little bit big.
You're realizing
Her front teats are good size, but the back ones are a little bit,
it's not
pinchers is what they
even-
call them, a little bit short.
It's not that my hands are big, it's that if you're gonna hand milk, you want big teats on them, and she doesn't have very big teats, so
No,
she's a pain in the butt to hand milk, which I would have preferred to hand milk her, but I mean, maybe I can once I get better at it, but
in the butt. We only did it twice. We'll figure it out.
yeah.
And
They're definitely small though. They're not large teats. You need large teats.
Let me see your hand. Put your hand next to mine, because my hand, no, flip it over. Flip your hand. Flip it over. Oh, I guess my hand is,
It's not that much bigger.
look at her. She does not like that that's around her foot.
She's not too smart.
She's like, I'm just not gonna move.
Come on. Can't figure that out? Get out of there.
Walk forward.
Not that complicated.
Okay, I'm gonna go finish her. I'm gonna go finish her paddock so that she doesn't have to be on this lead rope. Okay, before we go finish that paddock for Buttercup, we're gonna walk over here and show you our pigs that are out on pasture right now.
So they were right here, and we told Ellie Mae to, see how they tilled it up nicely? We told Ellie Mae to sow some turnip seeds, brassica seeds behind them.
Chuck some seeds out here.
And they're already sprouting, see? See those little seeds? These guys all over the place. See over here? So these turnip seeds, brassica seeds, they grow really well. Very aggressive growers.
And why did we ask her to throw the seed down?
Well, the pigs are being rotated around this hut. So once they round back around this area, it'll probably be a couple months. Then
It's about 10 weeks
they'll have a bunch
when
of turnip
they
seeds.
go full circle around this pig hut. This is probably the best pastured pig setup that Jake actually thought up all on his own.
Well, my friend Dave and I thought of it together.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Shout out to Dave.
He's now in Ohio.
Okay, so this pastured pig hut is very heavy duty. It has.
The tractor.
Oh, okay.
But
It
it's
can be
pretty-
moved.
You gotta lift it up, and then I made the bottom real strong so you can lift it up and pull it away. So you got 4 doors, 1 at each. So these hatches lift right up.
So we got 4 doors. 1, 2, 3, 4.
These hatches lift right up.
So the door slides right in here.
So you can feed them and water them in here. That makes them like this area. So when you want to let them out, you choose a door, set up a thing, let them out. Once they're done in their paddock, their little area, you feed them in here. They come back in, you shut their hut. You can roll that up and run it out any irregular way you want. It doesn't have to be a square. You can go at angles or anything.
Yep.
And
So if you always feed them in their hut, you can just, if you decide
Just make it
it's
their home.
time, they've eaten all this pasture, it's time to rotate them around. You can get, if you do your pastures, your fencing, long, skinny shapes like this, you could get 3 separate sections off 1 door. So full circle, it can be about 10 weeks if they're moving,
and show here, we got
once a week.
solar power. So if you could really be in the middle of nowhere and have solar power hooked up to your line, have their hut. You could be in a pretty remote area and do this setup. Hardest thing would be getting water there then.
Can you show me these rebar posts that you made, the step-in
These
ones?
are nice for portable posts. You can buy fiberglass ones and whatnot, but if you want something a little more heavy duty, just take a rebar, 1/2-inch rebar, weld a little step on it, and then you can push it into some pretty tough ground,
And this is pretty dry right here.
which is difficult to do that with a fiberglass post. Which these, you could actually hammer them in if you want to. She's straight again. And then you get these
The insulators that just slide on.
adjustable heights, which is nice.
Yeah.
And you can make the footsteps, like we got posts with bigger footsteps for when it's wet out, longer ones, so that it can still hold good, and then shorter ones for when it's dry.
Yeah. So he made a whole bunch of those, and they're actually way better, stronger. They're not very heavy. They're pretty lightweight too. So to put up portable fencing with the electric poly braid lines,
See if you planted some here.
we put the lines on spools. And yes, she planted some here. Really just handfuls of it got evenly spread all throughout the pasture. So by the time they rotate all the way around the hut and back to that spot again, it will be nice and grown back in and ready for them.
The pigs also, they're laying manure in each area, so they're digging it up, tilling it up, putting manure on the ground so the turnips got nutrients to grow well. This isn't our real manicured pasture. We got a couple acres here that the pigs kind of hammer on.
Yeah, this is the pig area back here.
But the cows, it was super thick with grass, and the cows came through, grazed it all down. Now the pigs are going to go behind them,
Yep.
till things up and eat roots.
Yeah, and if the paddock that you're moving to doesn't look full enough, you can just move them more frequently and just put them there for a day.
You could also lock them up in the hut for a couple weeks. Throw hay in there, cover their poop, give them food, and just feed them in their hut.
Yeah. And in the winter, we have boarded this up with plywood. And they're fine out there with a bunch of hay.
Yeah.
They dig such deep little burrows to keep themselves warm in.
Yeah, they like to do
Because we get a lot of snow here in Buffalo, New York.
Don't put pigs anywhere you want the pasture to stay smooth, because they dig holes. There's holes all over. We kind of designated this area. But if you
Is this the little surprise garden?
Yeah. So this is nice here. It's what's fun about spreading your compost in random areas, is you get random plants that actually sometimes do quite well. So we put a couple big loads of compost here, and there was pumpkin seeds in it. So now we got pumpkins going.
From cleaning out the barn from the winter,
Yeah.
the stalls. We were bringing it out here and putting it in the big holes that the pigs had made from last year.
Yeah, there's one, two, there's a lot of pumpkins here. Three, look at this one.
This one right here looks different.
These all look like pumpkins, yeah.
Oh.
Well, they're all
I don't know.
pumped
All
out
these
pumpkins.
squash, pumpkin, melons,
Pumpkin is
they all
kinda-
look the same to
it's
me.
kinda like a squash.
You're the gardener.
See here?
Oh, look at that. What?
So we didn't plant any of these, which is fun. We also got a bunch of stuff
That's
in the
big.
Yeah. By the silo, we got a bunch of stuff we didn't plant either.
Yep. I'm losing steam on the garden. Jake's the weeding champion.
Tiff weeded 3 times in 60 days.
I did not. It was more than 3 times.
You weeded,
It was at least 6
you
times.
weeded 3 times in 60 days. I weeded 70 times in 60 days.
Well, I got 5 kids.
So do I.
Well, but I watch them.
Okay. Make them weed. While you're watching them. Means you got more helpers, right?
Is that what they're?
I think that's what
Helpers.
it's supposed to mean.
I like weeding when they're not with me because it's like peace and quiet time.
Cal's not very good at that.
She's a little stuck. We're gonna go help her.
So over here we got our silo where we also spread a lot of compost. And once you get the eye of identifying plants when they're small, you'll see what's coming up in your piles and know to leave it or to pick it, versus just blindly ripping everything out. So we did plant some of these squashes here. That's a squash plant. But all these sunflowers, all here, all over here, these are all, they just came up from seeds that were in the piles. So it's fun not having to do much work and to get a nice crop. Then over here, this also was in the compost pile, which has turned into a great plant. I don't know what it is yet. It's some sort of squash. Is there anything on it? There's flowers. They're pumping out little ones.
I don't see. I just see the flowers.
And then over here, we got, these are all potato plants. Same thing. We didn't plant any of these. I weeded around them a few times. And then, so like, in this potato plant, I'll pull some of this one and see if there's any in there. It's almost done. There's a little potato. Small one. I picked about a couple pounds of them yesterday.
It's just a sunflower.
There's just one on there. That's one too. That's from yesterday.
should have your 5 kids do this.
They do like doing this stuff.
They do like to dig.
Well, I don't want to pick these ones till, so you could take something like that.
Let me see it. I missed it. Oh yeah, potato.
Just put it in the ground and there you go. Yeah, potatoes next year. And then these we'll pick later though you pick the potatoes once they start dying off.
Yeah.
So the ones back there were dying yesterday, that's why I picked them.
These look like they're dying.
But these ones look.
These pepper plants are looking big. And I planted some asparagus seeds this year. So this is my little baby asparagus. It kind of looks like dill. I've got a couple.
Okay, here we are. The beautiful wife there setting up the pasture, also known as McLovin's. I'm just kidding, she doesn't like that. She's setting up a temporary spot for the dairy cow to get some good grass here. So yeah, these are our fruit trees. They're actually doing quite well. I trimmed them a lot during the winter. Here's the hard-working farmer. The hard-working farmer. This is what we do on Saturdays. Once I'm relieved from the construction work. This grass looks good though. Got lots of nice clovers. Nice high protein grass. Should pump out some good milk. Some grass right there. Look at all that clover. It's coming up thick.
I was gonna do just a small rectangle, but then I was like, I was only gonna do it that size because I'm using that gate as the door to open up, put her in, and shut it. And I was just gonna do a small rectangle for like 2 days and then move the fence again. But if I just shoot back off the gate this way, I've got more days before I
You could also just split it.
split what?
You could just run a line from there to there.
Yeah, I could.
You could
and
just
let her
split it
into
in
different
thirds.
sections this way.
The whole idea, a lot of people ask us, you know, why we're moving things and whatnot, like just leave them in an open pasture. The whole idea behind it is to get them off the grass they've been on, to get them away from the poop they're on, and
they won't eat where they poop.
Yeah, they don't eat where they poop. Plus, there's flies and more disease where they poop. So if you can get them on an area grazing, and then move them a day or two later, it's good for the ground too because it doesn't overuse it. Also, we got our garden here. This is the garden. That's lots of weeding. Nice thing about weeding for us though is we got the pigs right here, so makes weeding feel a lot more productive when you're feeding pigs with it. So we could actually call it harvesting. Oh, like these weeds here, got some lamb's quarter. See this stuff here? Watch these guys, they just hammer on it. And they gain weight on it, it's good for them. And it's like we're giving them candy. Abe tells us there's Muslims here. We got a lot of Muslim customers that come to buy chickens, so we sell them our roosters. So, but yeah, these it's actually remarkable how many weeds they'll eat, or plants. It's not really weeds. Weeds are the definition of a weed is a plant where you don't want it. So it's corn's a weed if it's with your potatoes. So yeah, we got all these plants we pick. I probably feed these pigs maybe 4 to 10 buckets of weeds and plants a day. And it's a lot of good protein, good nutrients from good composted soil. So weeding the garden and feeding the pigs.
Now I can chain this gate to that T-post. So I can open and close it and let Buttercup out and in through this gate into this paddock right here. I'll turn the camera a little bit. Just like that, we have a cow corral. I'm gonna go tie this little bit of line from the electric fence to the top hot wire of the perimeter fence right there. And then our entire paddock will be electrified. And we'll bring her in. Okay, so we got the paddock all set up. Jake's bringing Buttercup in. And I did divide it with one line right there.
There she is. Hold down. Here's your spot. She's good. She's pretty chill. Yes, make the milks.
You can flick the fence on. I have it
You don't
connected.
even have to connect this.
I know, because it hits the dirt so much.
What's she gonna do?
Push on it. I don't know. I don't want her to get out. I'll chain it. Yeah.
Make the nice milks.
There. So she's got all the way over to here for, I'm not really sure how long that paddock will last her. Ooh, the fences on it just zapped me. I don't know how much grass she'll eat in a day, but that's probably only enough grass for the day. So